Hey, hello. You're stuck in traffic with Wolf Gorlick. Couple-minute riff on IT security. And it's winter. Winter. It snowed over the weekend. It's cold. I already missed summer. I grew up in the country. All right, so I grew up on this small farm, and played a lot in the woods, and always enjoyed the summertime, not necessarily the winter time. But the summertime we'd go out with my brother and whatnot. We'd build dams. There's a creek or a creek, depending on how you want to pronounce it, or a stream, if you like. A lovely stream in the woods that we would dam up, and we would try our best. And every log we put, it would just divert the water somewhere else. But at least the water didn't go past that log, right? And so we do this every year, and every year the snows would melt and wash away our work, and we do it again. Often wondered, whatever happened to that? I was actually emailing my brother. I'm like, hey, we should get together and go back out in the woods and see if that creek, stream, is still there. Whenever we build security controls, it's a lot the same thing, right? We scope something in, and we tighten it up. We throw a log in to stop the bad guys, and they just go around. We saw this in a recent breach, Starwood Hotels, which I'm sure I've stayed at, because I've spent way too much time in hotels this year. Starwood Hotels reported a breach of credit card information. Now, it wasn't in the registration system. Like everyone who's got a system to protect, they've spent a lot of time protecting their registration system. That's not where the breach was. The breach was in the other systems, like gift shops and restaurants. Because, again, you put in good control, it moves the attacker. The attacker goes where the controls are lessened. Those are in those areas. I'm very curious as to how they got onto those areas. That's one of the things, too, that often concerns me about information sharing, is now we've got this great breach reporting. Fantastic. We got breached. Okay, how did it work? What was the threat? I don't know. We got breached and they stole credit cards. Cool. You oftentimes only hear the very last step in the attack path, right? The compromising of the terminal and the theft of the credit cards. So if we're trying to teach each other to build better dams, we can say, hey, put a log here, but that's about it. That's very frustrating. I had the same concerns early on with FS Isaac, where most of the information that was shared was like, here's an IP address of who attacked us. Now what? What does the attack look like? What did they try to do? What was their tactics and procedures? No information shared of that. So likewise with this recent hotel attack, we've got no information other than the fact they compromised the terminals. Don't know how they got to it. Don't know how they put the malware in. I can make suppositions all day, especially with some of the tactics that we do have more information on. But with this particular one, it's very difficult to threat model. But if you are in any way, shape, or form responsible for terminals, payment terminals, friendly reminder to secure the heck out of them. Throw the logs in front of the water, put some controls in front of the attacker, because this is where the criminals are going. They're going out of these terminals and they're siphoning the cards out of memory, which is what we saw with this hotels. So the same thing that happened with Target. Quick reminder, what do you do? A, pen test for that. Give that scenario to your pen test team. Have them test that. Can they get it? B, look at your equipment. There's better card readers out there. I know that's expensive to replace them all. Business decision. I'll let you make that. But take a look at your equipment. See if there's better card readers that you should be putting in place. EMV. On the terminals themselves, look at application whitelisting, host-based hardening, things like semantics, CCS, and DCS, for example, such that the malware can't run or can't execute. Put in good detective controls. And then please, if you get breached, share a little bit more information, at least with your peers in the security industry. How did they get to that point? What did they do? Where did you put your logs, right, to stop them, and how did they flow around that and still get the cards? This information is invaluable for people like myself who take threat modeling and use those in incident response and use those as education purposes. Share it. That would be very helpful. That's all I got. I'm going to go back to driving in the snow. Have a good one.